Low. Low, low. Another day. Another day. Another stream. And I think it's been like 3 weeks since I've actually last streamed Enderal. Time flies by, especially as you don't stream not even relatively unevenly or sporadically. If there is anything that is assured, is that my streaming schedule is sporadic. I am regularly irregular, you know. I drop stream, yeah, let's go. Anyway, how is everyone? I'm doing okay. Spent yesterday with my spouse. We watched Repo the Genetic Opera. I've been wanting to show it to her for so fucking long, but it's so hard to actually find it anywhere. It's not even streamable in Finland at all. So I even tried piracy, and that didn't actually end up working out because there were no seeders. So fuck that idea. I couldn't rent it from Amazon because it was not available in my region. So I had to buy a VPN subscription just so that I could see it in one of those American or available to Americans free streaming services. Like, I don't understand how they actually make their money. Something like Roku and Tubi and whatever. They're available in the US, and they require no subscription to watch stuff in 720p. Where's the catch, other than, well, you know, them getting my viewing preferences? I don't know. I was just a regular New Yorker watching a horror-themed rock opera. Everyone should watch Repo the Genetic Opera. It bombed in the box office. Critics hated it, but it became a cult classic and audiences love it. Once again, showing that critics hate anything that is actually good. Fuck critics. They want to circle jerk about Citizen Kane, which most of them probably haven't seen. I haven't seen it, but I cannot go around saying that it's the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, it was good. I appreciate it even more now, after all of these years. I think the last time I've seen it is over a decade ago. As in when I first saw it. It's good. Very, very good. Even if you don't generally like musicals, that one is a very good one that you should look at. But other than that, I've been playing Exanima, which I did mention occasionally when I was playing Spark of the Dark demo. I wanted to go back and see it. They've been adding a bunch of like major updates since I last played. 2 major updates, in fact. And they've been doing extensive changes to how the mechanics and like the physics in the game work. And I was fucking around. In the game, and I ended up falling through a hole in a bridge and just slipping into oblivion. 5 out of 5. Also, I was stuck in a fucking chair. I tried to walk over a chair, then I stumbled and I was stuck between the chair legs, and it took me 10 minutes to get out, to figure that I can actually move the chair so that I don't have to be stuck in it. But it was really amusing, regardless. I really appreciate the fact that you can basically fall over from just walking too fast or running too fast into a pile of corpses or just logs or any sort of object on the ground. You can just stumble and fall, and it can be used for as an advantage in combat as well. It's pretty neat. I can't wait to see what the final product will be. Yeah, Exanima is punishingly difficult. I have yet to actually find out how you can heal wounds, so I avoid getting wounded in general. Yeah, from a game starting with E to another game starting with E, Enderal. Let's actually get around to playing it, shall we? Let's see. It's been a while since we played it last. I seem to recall that we did a whole lot of not seeing shit. Mainly because we didn't actually have any torches in a cave. And there was like a cursed castle and like a cursed queen or something. Or duchess, actually, not queen. Scared to it. There we go. We will continue. For every craftable item, be it a dagger, armor, or artifact, it requires spare parts. Yeah, we were kinda trying to find our way hereabouts, slowly but surely. We did a detour around here and found a neat little draining spell. And of course, it wouldn't be a Skyrim or any sort of Elder Scrolls run for me if I didn't pick up alchemy. Which is of course what I'm going to do. Yeah, there were actual people here. Oh. You're not people. You're not people. 10. Food. If we actually have any. So I would rather eat than use potions. Oh yeah, I should probably use the ice claws. Pumpkin. I seriously don't have anything else. Well, that sucks. I need to find more pumpkins. Oh, wolf meat. Nope. No dice. My Arcane Fever is at 28. Still low. Don't want it. There's a farm, I think. So I might want to check that. I think the cursed tower or castle should be close by. Food? Yes, you are food. Excellent, excellent. Just eat it raw. No more of them. Fuck. I'd rather not though. Not right now. Last journey stone. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor in life as in death. Suspicious sword. I'm sure nobody minds a little bit of grey rubbing. This one actually seems respectable. Mentalism Apprentice, Soul Trap. Why would they have a Soul Trap if they were respectable? Oh, that is a person. Oh. Quite. Take mentalism up. Light armor up. I don't know. Maybe? Not sure. Not quite sure. Oh! Those are not friendly people. They were not very nice. That guy needed to really fix his aim. A human hat. Oop. Don't mind me. You were back shot by a friend there. You were betrayed. Sucks to be you. Heavy armor, a lockpick. Very good. Wood. Blueprint iron hammer, cheese wheel, and alchemy apprentice. Alchemy. Buy one. Well, You guys probably shouldn't have attacked me. It's kind of a dumb fucking idea. Now, should I just... Maybe I'll go there. Fuck it. Yeah. While we are sidetracked, we might as well... We might as well go to the ruins. And collect every goddamn flower in the country for alchemy needs. Rip the wings of the butterfly. That always seemed exceedingly cruel. You just grab a butterfly and just rip its wings. Because alchemy. That seems entirely just brutal. Skellington. Money, pity, soul gem. Protection from shock. It seems like one of those places that might have an ice claw. It just gives those vibes, you know. Yes, wolf. Wolfel. I might have been wrong. Oh well. That's fine. Getting sidetracked in my sidetraction. Sidetrackception. Truly. Feck off. Have some death lightning. Doesn't seem like there's there was there was one. They're kinda off the beaten path. Then again, I don't know if this really can be considered off the beaten path, considering that there was a direct path coming up here. I digress. More ruins. Oh no, I think that might just be the castle there. The cursed castle that was mentioned by the miners mining ore for the Duchess or whatever.
Finally some
Oh. A random mage just wanted to die out of nowhere. How silly. Where did you die? There. Robe of Magic Restoration. Alright. Spell Tome of Counter. creatures humans take 7 magic damage per 5 points in psionics and stagger if they cast a spell. Huh. Neat. Also a Staff of Flames. Very good. What do I have on me? Defense robes. Those are pretty good though. Boon. I'm probably gonna sell that. So they have it. There it is. A lantern lube oil. Yes. Very good. New lock picked. 17 points. I suppose we we will continue to the ruins. I think the main quest might take us to the cursed castle, and if it doesn't, well, I'd be surprised. It seems like something of significance. Knowing that there are ice claws around, it makes me want to check most places. Hello. Merchant Eshra. Oh, they're alive?
No. You will not take her.
Oh.
Away with you.
Beg your pardon?
You will not have her. Elfried stays with me. And drop the disguise already. I know a god of death when I see one.
I think she's a bit... If you plan on making sense, then that would be a great time.
What?
Yeah, wake up, doofus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a nightmare. Anyway, who are you? I wasn't expecting to meet anyone else out here. Save for the bandits, that is.
Sure. Long story, what do you do? Mine is a long story, so what do you do here? You don't look like the adventurer type.
No, I'm not. This ruin over there. You know, I'm a merchant, and my specialties are all kinds of things with historical background. The things you usually find in ruins. Of course, I'm usually not stupid enough to go looking for them myself. But there was this traveler from Ark who told me about this place, the Three River Watch, and he said that it's hardly guarded. Well, since I was in the area anyway, I thought it wouldn't hurt to take a look. Great idea, really.
Smart.
Look, I know we just met, but truth be told, I really got myself into some trouble here. And you look as if you know how to defend yourself.
Just a little
Something terrible happened, and I simply don't know what to do anymore.
Let me guess. It has to do with this Elfried.
Yes, my Elfried. She was kidnapped.
Oh.
By the stars, I was so stupid. We were just about to make camp for the night, and I went to search for some firewood. And then, just like that, she's gone.
I see. Any idea who took her? The bandits, maybe?
No, a Vatir. I heard him grunting, you know. He lives in that damned ruin.
What
I
now?
tried to sneak in, but it's impossible. And I can't go back to Riverville for help either. That would take way too long. Please, you have to help me. If anything happens to Alfred, I would never forgive myself.
So, you want me to fight that thing, so what's in it for me?
I'm sure I have something that's useful to you. But please, let's talk about that once you've saved her. Every second we waste puts her in danger.
Okay, sure.
Oh, by
I'll
the
see
ancient
what I can
fathers,
do.
Thank you, and hurry.
You said you had... Let's trade!
What? Oh, yes, sure.
Oh, hey, you mentioned that you have stuff. Let's trade. Seems like a brilliant idea for it. Let's see. I'm many a penny. Psionics, entropy. That is what I should be getting. I'll get 5. And let's see. Amethyst. Ancient crystal coins. You can have that. Amethyst 2, I suppose. Yes, by value. Dagger of Despair. Yeah, I don't have that much use for it, so... Go nuts. Raddled Robe of Magic Regeneration. You may have that. Staff of Flames, it's kinda useless to me. Yeah. Sell those. Oh, at one point did I get this? Ghost Wolf Summon. Huh. A Battle Axe. Yeah, I think we're good.
What?
What? Give me a second. Getting my entropy up.
Blessed and stay safe.
You're awfully cheery. Let's go see this Elfrida. Now that we have gone and promised ourselves to do things, we probably should. Should do what we promised. Nothing. Also Blue Claw. Ice Claw, Blue Claw. It's blue. Old Three River Watch. Or wasn't the other place called this too? Seconds are counting down, but, you know, laughing about. Oh. That here sounds like a big thing, so it probably doesn't even get knocked back by the psionics push. Depends on my psionics. I'm hoping that nobody will actually check me for items, because that's not gonna look very good when I'm just going around. I have a couple of human hearts in my pocket. Oh hey, sweet. Lovely sights. Thistle. Right. So, lavender. Oh. It's open. Yeah, it was a big fella. Oh yeah. Was. Fleshless lost one. With just a hatchet. Oh, they're in a cage.
Oh, my gods! Over here, precious! Over here! It's all right now. Mommy is back. Yes, it's all right.
Is that some kind of a
I don't even know how to
cat?
thank you. 1 second later in that thing. I don't even want to think about it. Here, take this. It's a rare herb, and I hope it's compensation enough for your efforts.
I suppose.
At least partially. If you need anything else, just come talk to me. Now that that beast is gone, I might as well take a look at the area.
Okay. Howdy,
Good,
hold on.
thanks. I think I'll stay here for another day or two.
Whisperweed.
The traveler was right. This place really is a gold mine.
Okay.
Walk blessed and stay safe.
Cool. I guess I'll have to look through it too. I too am a purveyor of knowledge of sorts. How about whisper trees, a scribbled note? Be greeted, Samuel. Don't be concerned, you surely haven't been deported to the Three Rivers Watch. The Watch has lost its meaning to protect the transport of gems from the abandoned mine in the valley, so one remaining guard will be sufficient. Anyway, I can understand that it's boring and lonely to keep watch at the most remote spot of Enderal. However, I'm sure that they will send someone to support you in a few weeks. Meanwhile, just hang on. Yeah. He died of boredom. Life absorption. Life of Torgen Whispertongue. I'll collect the books and read them in order. About whisper trees, whatever the hell they are. Presumably only few travelers or nature lovers won't have noticed the whispers of the wind in the area of Enderal's Sun Coast. Oh, is it a fucking tree that does the whispering? Huh. If one pauses for a moment and listens to the chimes of the wind, one will catch the feeling of not being alone in the scenery. Superstitious people believe in a legend that the whispering sound, which sounds so different from the gloomy breath of the whisperwood, and has its roots in his own tale. I must have read something wrong there. Of the voice of a path-abiding young woman who gave her life at the Suncoast for the cure of her fellow men. Grandfather, we are bored. Can you tell us one of your stories again? Asked the two little children as they came excitedly into the house. The grandfather, who sat in front of it, the lit fireplace, turned around and gave them a smile. Gladly, which story do you want to hear today? He asked and pointed beside him. Sit down beside me. Story about the whispering in the trees at the Suncoast, said one of the children, while they settled with their grandfather. You're talking about the voice of Lariel, aren't you? Stay a while and listen. He paused for a short moment to gather his thoughts, and then continued. This is a tale which is already a few centuries old, and which my grandfather told me, like I tell it to you now. Today we live here at the coast, unburdened and secure, but it wasn't always like that. He furrowed his brow. Once a fatal and unknown sickness ruled here. At first, it only befell the animals and caused them to slowly perish, as if the emerging famine wasn't already bad enough. Suddenly, also the people in the region fell sick. Apothecary came from the surrounding villages to help the people, but even they weren't able to fight off the sickness. Then a young woman named Lariel spoke up, one of the few who wasn't stricken with sickness yet. Let me pray to Malthus. I was bath-abiding my whole life. Maybe I will be able to bring our Lord to a merciful mood, so that he may help us. Nobody wanted to forbid it, as many had already lost all hope. And so Lariel climbed up a hill in order to pray there alone in a clearing to Malthus. Day and night she kneeled there and prayed without cease. She even refused to eat and drink, but there was no sign from Malthus, and every day more people died. However, the woman stayed true to her faith and continued to pray. After 10 daybreaks and nightfall, she eventually died of her thirst. Then Malthus had mercy and spoke to the last survivors. You were to be judged, since you started to forget your path and became pathless. But the sacrifice and faith of the young Lariel made me show you grace. Let her body lie there and come back tomorrow to this clearing where she prayed to me. There you shall find a small tree and an herb growing on this tree. Give this herb to your sick, and they shall be healthy again. For that you never again forget your path and my mercy. The next day the people returned to the clearing and really found a young tree in the same place where Lariel had kneeled for praying. But no trace of her body. There they realized that Lariel became the tree. As they got closer to harvest the herb, Malthus spoke about. They heard a hushed whisper that seemed to come from the tree and was similar to Lariel's voice. The apothecary were able to turn the herb and other ingredients, which had no effect before, into a potion to successfully heal the sick. Therefore, they called the tree Lariel and the herb, which grew on it, Whisperweed. And this is already the end to my tale, and now off to bed you go. Fuck off, said Grandpa, as he noticed the sun setting behind the horizon. I can tell you another story tomorrow, he added, as he looked into the children's sad faces. Hooray! Both shouted at the top of their lungs, and this is all I could read out of the old and tattered book I found at the Loiterer. It seems that it used to be a collection of old legends and tales. If this is the fact, then the validity of this story is to be doubted. However, I was wondering, where the hell was this going? However, fact is, there really was a plague at the Sun Coast several hundreds of years ago, which caused many people to die. It is also fact that this plague vanished as suddenly as it appeared. What remains is the question, what happened to the tree? The soft, wind-like whispering can be heard today when one waits long enough and listens everywhere between the trees of the Sun Coast. It can be linked to one single tree, and the clearing with the original tree itself, where the young Lariel sacrificed her life, can't be found anymore. Even if there were times where the harvest of the whisperweed filled wagon loads, today it is very hard to find. Just as fleeting and vagrant as the sound of the whispering itself, moving between the trees, it seems that the mysterious herb grows and decays in our times so fast that only selected apothecary and traders are able to harvest it. Apparently, the person I helped also was able to do that. And the secret to the time and place of the harvest, they are keeping under lock and key. But even the adepted aren't able to recreate the healing effect from which was once the gift of Malphas's to the suffering people, no matter what ingredients they use. So you, dear reader, if you are truly interested in the secrets of the herb, you have to search for the whisperweed yourself, even if you, like so many before you, will most likely only be able to get what you want for large amounts of coins from the knowledge of insiders. Right, so it's very rare. Allegedly, anyway. Apparently somebody was really into whisper trees. Jesus. Oh, right. Ow. 38.7, yeah, that was very smart. Oh well. Down with the sickness and all that. Now, let's see the... Increases armor by 34, reduces magical damage by 35 points. Should be very useful. Ah. Only by lycanthropes. Alright. What was it? Whisperweed. Probably don't want to use that too haphazardly. I think I need to do a bit of jumping here. What? That is kind of one neat feature of this mod. Jumping puzzles. Age Ribbons. Ooh. Fancy. Money, of course. A scroll stack. Empty parchment. And ice spike. Heavy armor cuirass. Probably not worth it. Not worth the weight. Weight it would actually take to carry. Nope, too high. What? Well, that is a thing. Let me get the thing. And it's gone. Ghost book. Spooky. We need to do some parkour. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. And that's one way to do it. Very good. Getting to places where you're probably not supposed to be. Well, some of these places, because there was an invisible wall there. For whatever reason. A gold goblet. Very nice. Money. Oh, damn it. I Skyrim'd until I could Skyrim no more. Oh yeah, I've already been here before. There is stuff over there. And there's still at the top of the tower. Yeah, no, that is definitely not something that I can jump. Even something like levitate or... that might be enough. Up. Ah, there was a secret stash in it. Nice. Wild berries. A book of poetry. I'm not gonna recite poetry, thank you very much. I'm wondering if there is a way up there. Sure, this path has collapsed. I'm wondering if they added like a levitate into this full conversion. That would be nice. One of my favorite things about Morrowind. Fly spell. And Motherfucker. That is definitely doable, I think. Fuck. Oh yeah, you cannot actually jump when you're sprinting, right? Up. Forgot about that. Little tidbit. Fuck. Get fire. So close. And somehow feels like it's so far. I saw stuff on the roof. The game wants for me to go there. Probably not there, but at least there. It's just out of reach. That is so annoying. Just out of reach. But only just. Do I have a bucket? Everyone should keep a bucket. The ultimate Skyrim experience. Nah, bollocks. Bollocks to it. Let's just move on. No secret stairs or anything? No? Oh, fine. Oh, fine. Still gonna make a round around it. Hello. Doesn't seem like there's anything of note. Not up there anyway. Doppelbock? Okay. Alright. King crab? Oh no! Rest in peace, King Crab. Not feeling very kingly now. Oh, come on. Living it out. Another one person went somewhere, so I am sure. Well, I think we should get back on the path. Follow the road where we were supposed to go originally. You know, main quest and all. Foolish were they. Now there was supposed to be a farm or some such. Well, I suppose a destroyed farm is a farm too. Oh. Bad rat. You need 3 things in Enderal to craft items: a blueprint, ingredients, and a workstation, such as a blacksmith's forge. Crafted items are usually stronger than normal ones, and some, especially rare artifacts, can only be crafted rather than found. So a crafting bench. Cool, cool. A small backpack. Spare parts. Spare parts. Oh. I'm gonna have the torch too. The ruined book. Butcher of Ark. It started a quest, so maybe I'll have to read it. Let's see the crafty bits first. Easy peasy. Small backpack increases carrying capacity. Very good. Yes. A smoking pipe. A torch. Old linen and wood. At this rate, I should never be running out of carrying capacity. But now, that book though. Oh, no. Don't want to waste that. We had a book. The Butcher of Ark, Volume 1. Premise: they call me the Butcher. It hurts to write these words, though I am aware of their truth. What else should a man be called whose trail is marked by dozens of corpses which are not mute witnesses of a battle or an accident, no, corpses which are solely the result of my doing. Men, women, elders, children, priests, merchants, travelers, and whores. My murders seem to follow an inscrutable pattern whose arbitrariness will put an icy veil over everyone's heart, but of course this will not be what heralds will proclaim. For them and the Holy Order, I will be no less than a monstrosity, a pathless demon who has been led astray by his own mundane cravings. They will call me an evil man, a beast, with a heart as black as midnight. Because these are the colors in which the world prefers to think, black and white. No one will ask about the how and the why. Even these pages will be hard to acquire, for the Holy Order will surely do everything in its power to prohibit their printing. Which is why I shall congratulate you, whoever you may be, for holding them in your hands. With this assembly of withered pages, you shall be given insight into my very own thoughts. Do not understand them as a justification for my deeds, because this is not what they are. I assume full responsibility for what I have done, and I desire no absolution, neither from Malthus, whose supposed divinity is something I nowadays barely smile upon, nor from the people, justice, or some other strange greater power whose true nature we have not yet learned to comprehend. This book is no more than a testimony of strange and inscrutable happenings yonder, which have made me into what I am. Chapter 1. Follow the Fire. It was a dull, cold, and wet morning that would change my life forever. Yes, somehow it almost seemed as if that day Mother Nature, as a response to the festivities of the preceding night, had decided to recover herself with the dreamy, nondescript day. Wow, you really fancy yourself a writer for a moment. The reason for the aforementioned festivities had been the so-called Star Summer Night, which every year marks the beginning of a new spring, and in which the night sky is illuminated by dozens of wild, untamed starfires. While the common people, however, use the occasion to indulge in their mundane cravings, whether by drinking in smoky taverns, dancing around the first delve of spade, or having cultivated conversations at a masked ball. For us clerics, so he's from the clergy, it means nothing but a night filled with processions, sermons, and prayer. After briefly attending the joyous speech of the mayor and giving my priestly blessing to the commencement of the festivities, I silently retreated into the temple and prayed until both my knees and my tongue were sore, just like the holy verses oblige every priest to do. It was of no significance whether the cleric was the high priest, or, as was the case with me, merely a simple, insignificant father in an even simpler and more insignificant village. Mine was called Fogville. Wow, you guys are really creative with your names. It was situated on a constantly windy, sparsely vegetated cliff at the very west of Enderal. It owed its name to, who would have guessed, the pale, thin wafts of mist which every morning descended on the village's countenance like a mourning veil over the face of an old widow. I feel like I'll probably have to go there to find more stuff about this. Maybe one day. I still remember this last gaze yonder, which I threw upon the poor houses at the bottom of the hill the village's temple was enthroned upon. After the dissonant orchestration of lute music, animated laughter, and popping of corks, an almost eerie silence had laid itself upon the village. Only here and there a lonesome figure could be seen and heard moving through the cold mist, and even the bakery's chimney remained still. I feebly smiled into the face of the village I had grown up in. My father, who actually wasn't my father, claimed to have found me wrapped in linen and lying in a basket near a way shrine on the Mist Road. I had been abandoned, and the man who later became my father took me to the village, full of devotion and grateful for the divine gift. However, before his untimely death only 10 years later, I never got rid of the feeling that his compassionate act was due to the fact that he found me right underneath a statue of Malthus, and not because of his wish for a child. Gilman the Tanner, as the villagers called him, was a delicate man with pockmarked skin and a narrow nose. In his own opinion, the whole world conspired against him, which was the sole reason for his misery. We never talked much, but when we did, our conversations followed a general pattern. With his sawing voice, he would call me to his fireplace room, where he sat rigidly most of the time, along with 2 empty tankards of beer. Then he would gesture to me to sit down and announce that he had to get something off his chest. The fact that only his foundling son was there to listen was further proof for how badly life had treated him. It would start right when I sat down. Hjalmar the hunter had sold him rancid oils, an evil cutthroat my father called him, but after all, that was the nature of the Eterna, he said. Wow, racist. And in Enderal this fact was not as well known as in Nerim. Or Matressa Zulja, who had served him bitter wine. A mean crone she was, he said. Oh yes, but thanks to Malthus he had perceived her plan and cut her down to size. And then, of course, Rashik the smith's twin boys. Rascals they were, both of them. No respect they had for path-abiding, hard-working people like him. But no manners were to be expected from a coalman and his breed. What do they know about decency, he said excitedly. These folks do nothing but shag until the bed breaks down. It did not matter to him that Rashik was Kyrenian, of a 3rd generation living in Enderal, and that he preferred a long-term union with his mate over the promiscuous family clans of his homeland. These conversations, his persistently sour breath, and the smell of raw hides, leather, and animal fats in the workshop made up a great deal of my childhood. Of friends, I had only a few to none, mostly due to the fact that my father made me work hard in the tannery as soon as I reached the age of 5. If Mata Dulea, I am sure of this now, had not by incident noticed my quick wit, I would still be there today, working between animal parts, stretched hides, and slippery grease. Maybe the strange experience on that misty morning would have never happened. Yet she noticed, and that is how it came to be that on the day of my path consecration, the aged priest proclaimed my holy path in a solemn voice. I, Jael, Tanner's son, was predestined to dedicate my life entirely to Malthus's glory as a priest. Of course, then, back then, I did not fully comprehend what that meant, but the other children's awestruck reactions made me realize it was a good thing. Thus, I left the bleak tannery and only entered the old house on the edge of the village to sleep there. For my foster father, the child abduction was only one more act of treason. Looking back, I think that the amiable Marta was the only real caregiver in my life. She taught me to read and write, and she taught me the essentials of herbal lore. With empathy and strictness, she taught me what I needed to know to become part of the Enderalian clergy. 10 winters later, I received priesthood and began to serve in the small temple. I did what an obedient priest had to do. I held services, I prayed, I maintained the temple, and I heard the villagers' confessions. Mother Delea, or Pelea, I don't know which one, left the village on her 60th name day and moved to a retirement quarter in the Sun Temple in the capital, which I only knew from tales. A year later, my father passed away, an event that, to my surprise, affected me deeply. From then on, everything became lethargic routine, until that very day. The man I was then, was he a happy man? I am not able to tell. When I try to recall the first 28 years of my life, my memories seem like fading words on old parchment. My reason tells me that I was blessed, in a way. The life of a priest was pleasant and constant, without highs and lows. I had enough to eat, I had a home, and enough pennies to afford the services of a wandering whore from time to time. I knew that, according to the holy verses, I would enter the eternal paths at the end of my days. My path trodden, my task fulfilled. But things turned out differently. After I had taken off my robes and wearily laid down under the sheet of sheep's wool, I noticed a strange and dull feeling in my stomach. Today I know that this unremarkable moment was the first time I encountered the fire. It was small, insignificant, only a weak glow, but it was there, knowing that I would wake up as a different man. However, on this grey morning, I was too tired to pay attention to it. Exhausted, I wrapped my sheet around myself and was fast asleep. A moment later, I awoke in a dream. I found myself on an idyllic forest glade, surrounded by green oak trees, whose leaves blew gently in the wind. The setting sun stood at the horizon like molten blaze, and shone a red light over the scenery. I savoured the spicy fresh air, which tasted of wet moss, morning dew, and old secrets, mysterious, wild, and clear, like life itself. In contrast to what we all know of the nightly journeys that we call dreams, I was fully aware of the unreality of the scenery, so I accepted it as if it was as natural as time's passing. I was stark naked, as on the day of my birth, but I was not ashamed. On the contrary, I felt strong, clear, and free. When I took my eyes away from the sky and looked in front of me, I saw her. She stood in an old ruin that was overgrown with ivy and whose collapsed walls and arches told of ancient times. She wore a grey, flowing robe that only allowed a glimpse of her femininity beneath. Her hood hung deeply over her face, so only the tender and delicate parts of her cheeks and chin were visible. A sight that could have stemmed from the imagination of a Iranian painter. Her dense midnight black hair was tied into snake-like braids and fell down on her shoulders. Various things were interwoven into her hair, old faded coins that must have been minted by lost civilizations, small, finely polished bones from animals unknown to us, and strange ribbons whose colorful threads created an artful pattern. Yeah, it must have been the shadow lady that appeared in the ship. But it was none of this that hypnotized me and drew me towards the veiled figure in the ruin. It was a smile. With every step I took towards her, I fell deeper into its charm. It was not a lovely smile, as some might assume. It was a mixture of melancholy, rage, hope, and love. I almost bit my tongue there. A symphony of contradicting feelings which I thought to be irreconcilable. It was a smile that was able to speak both great wisdom and orders that would mean the death of thousands. A smile born from truths recognized in otherworldly existences. Cold sweat ran from my pores, and I felt how apprehensiveness mixed with the peaceful bliss of the moment just before. I came to a halt a few steps before her, still staring at her magical smile like a starving man at a feast. For a moment I believed to recognize a glimpse of mirth in her features, but it faded away as fast as it had appeared. Then she spoke. "You are dying, Jael." Her voice was rough and tender at the same time, full of contrast. She spoke without mockery, pity, or cruelty. "Why?" I heard myself respond mechanically. "I am in the best of health." My answer was as pathetic and clumsy as it must appear to the reader of these yellowed pages, but I spoke them faster than I was able to think, without control. The woman nodded subtly, as if she had expected this very response. "You affirm that you are of good health," she paraphrased my words with a peculiar intonation. "But you fail to perceive the fabric of this world in all its intricacy. Intricate intricacy. Fine. Pronunciation." Slowly and regretfully she shook her head, like a magistra in the monastery school who got a foolish answer from a novice to a very simple question. Then she took her hands out of the robe's sleeves and beckoned me to follow her. Even her walk had something of another world to it. Her body did not move with her steps, but seemed to float instead. Silent and obedient, I followed her through the old ruin. Today, after I had gone through the vision in my thoughts many thousands of times, I know that it was an old trading post. The walls and the rusty gate left no doubt about it. But in the vision I did not care about such banalities. To follow the figure in front of me was my sole purpose. She stopped in front of an old, overgrown tower, presumably once the heart of the ruin, and opened the cast-iron door, which swung aside in an eerie, silent manner. "Go, Jael," she said. "Go and perceive the truth." These were the last words I heard until the horrid discovery inside the ruin, for when I was about to reply, she was gone. For the first time, a feeling of uncertainty mingled with the confidence that I had at the beginning of the vision. I was still aware of the fact that my physical body was lying on a bed in a modest chamber in another world. I also knew that I could decide to wake up from the wonderful and terrible vision, yet I did not. Why? I am unable to say. Was it out of curiosity? Was it the sense of fate that covered the ruin like a thin, transcendent sleeve? I don't know. I entered. The floor felt cold under my naked feet, and the dusty air that was only lit by a pale red sunbeam made me cough as it filled my lungs. The inside was almost empty except for spiderwebs, weathered furniture, and broken stones that had fallen from the crumbling walls. In the center, there was a wooden construction. An extraordinarily large, upright box. Hesitantly, I walked closer. A word came to my head, but faded from my mind as fast as it had appeared. I recognized how the fire of the setting sun extinguished and was replaced by a dull blue. Gentle, hazy fog began to cover the scenery, and everything that had been peaceful and blessed before I entered the ruin was replaced by a sense of trepidation, creeping, cold, wasting. My hand moved along the surface of the strange box, which was slightly taller than me. The wood was decayed and grey, and an odd smell came from it, like iron. It was sweet and tempting, but at the same time, Repellent. Leave flashed through my head. Leave before you inflame it. I was unable to determine if it was I who thought these thoughts, but of course I did not leave. Slowly my hand moved toward a gap on the side of the box that allowed me to open its lid. As the hinge turned with a reluctant moaning sound, I remembered the word that had slipped my mind. This time it did not vanish. It persevered in all its dreadfulness. The wooden construction in the center of this abandoned ruin was no box. It was a coffin. Even today I can hardly find the right words for the terror that stared at me from the decomposing interior of the coffin. Without any doubt, the creature in front of my very eyes was myself. There it was, the brown hair, thinning even at the age of 28. There it was, the well-trimmed, dense beard that grew down to my chest, the beard that I grew to bide my unremarkable longish face. And there it was, the crooked nose, giving my face a vulture-like appearance, making me avoid my own reflection in the mirror. But the body in the coffin was dead, clenched like in the moment of dying. Penned in like cattle, his head was pressed down to his shoulders by the small dimensions of the coffin, his unnatural posture, silent accusation. His body was pinched, his arms pressed to himself in a twisted manner. Much more gruesome, though, was the face. The skin was pale and had a greenish-grey color like decayed tombstones. There were many deep fissures that were not bleeding, but offered a view of bare flesh and white bones. The beard was curly and wild, and maggots moved around in the tangled mesh, oozing a festering, doughy liquid that was dripping down on the stone floor. The man's cheeks were hollow, and his lacerated lips were opened in a twisted way that gave the impression of a tormented smile. His teeth were rotten, and his tongue grey, but none of this was the reason for the blood-curdling, panic-fueled cry that escaped my throat. It were the eyes, or rather, it was the place where the eyes should be on a healthy living person. But there were no eyes. Weak and pale like shrouds, the lids, devoid of any sense, hung over gaping black sockets. Contradicting any logic, they seemed to stare at me, whispering, rotting and dead. The same festering liquid in the man's beard trickled down the brows and disappeared into the empty eye sockets. No words can describe the terror that filled me when I looked at the deformed creature. In panic, I hit the withered copy of myself, but I only loosened the body so it fell right toward me. Genius. I felt how the repellent, festering corpse water from the beard touched my lips, while a handful of maggots landed on my shoulder. For a short moment I was petrified. I held myself in my arms like a twin, his own deceased brother. But this was no twin. When the maggots tried to move up my neck, I pushed the corpse away with a shrill cry, wiped away the maggots, and fled from the ruin. Meanwhile, night had fallen, and the full moon stood cold, white, and unmoving in the sky. The veil of mist which had formed inside the ruin faded as soon as I came outside and let myself drop to the ground, crying and breathing heavily. "I am dead," flashed through my mind, again and again. "Dead," I uttered, a panicky scream, a pitiful effort to banish the madness from my mind. The terror remained. It was omnipresent, and I felt bitter tears making their way through my eyes. What, by the righteous path, does it mean? What kind of nightmare am I trapped in? Some might ask why I did not end the vision with the well-known physical stimulus by pinching myself, even more so because I was fully aware of the unreality of what was happening. The answer is, I was unable to do it, and I knew it. What I went through was not one of the usual nightly phantasms that occasionally haunt us in the quiet hours. Something that I later began to understand, at least a little, wanted to show me something, and I was unable to escape the truth, as little as man can escape the sense of time. As I turned my gaze from the floor and started to crouch toward the stone arch in the forest, weeping helplessly, I saw her again. The veiled woman. She stood above me and stared down at me, almost with sympathy. At least I assumed so, because despite the angle of my view, I was unable to recognize anything above her cheeks but the unnatural shadow of her hood. What are you? I brought forth in a weak voice. What, by the Black Guardian's name, are you? A demon? An angel of death? It sounded pathetic, like the lament of a desperate child. You ask me what I am, she answered, again an echo of my pitiful words, and you assume I am a black angel of your god, come upon you to punish you, but a touch of maternal tenderness accompanied her rough voice. You ask the wrong question, Jael. For who I am is not of importance. I stared at her in confusion, unable to react to her enigmatic answer. I remained on the ground for a while, motionless, breathing frantically and panicky, looking at the veiled woman. After what felt like an eternity, I asked the question that needed to be asked. And what? What is the right question? Briefly, I saw what seemed to be a sad smile caress her red lips. You inquire from me what only you can answer, she said, and began to move towards the stone arch. And I wish to give you some advice. She halted, looking like an unreal shape in the silver of the moonlit night. An advice on how you can avoid the death of your soul. There was a moment of silence. End your false life and follow the fire. Then the vision broke apart. So basically, magic awoke in him, and she is telling to stray off the path. Then again, the whole path thing is built upon like human deities. As in immortal humans that people started to worship as deities. Rest in peace, Wolf. Another one. Unlimited power. And they're gone. Elf. More learning points, more crafting points, and I have 2 memory points. Ah. I've apparently missed spending one. So now I have 2. I guess. Wishing well. Alright. A strange noise emanates from the bottom of the well. Look down.
A golden chalice, a grass-colored stone. Bring me back this, so I shan't be alone. Bring my heart back to me.
Okay. A golden chalice. I do have a golden chalice, but is it the specific golden chalice? Find all wishing wells and return their lost hearts to them. Okay. A golden chalice, a grass-colored stone. Bring me back this, so I shan't be alone. Bring my heart back to me. I have a golden chalice, but I don't have a grass-colored stone. I don't know.
A golden chalice, a grass-colored stone. Bring me back this, so I shan't be alone. Bring my heart back to me.
Okay, so I don't have it. Curious. Most curious indeed. Well, I don't have it, so... Maybe I'll come across it. Well, I'm getting closer, bit by bit. Oh yeah. Actually go and spend points. Mystical binding practice ritualist. Yes. I want more powerful things. Sword planting. And I'll be cast on stronger enemies. And summon weapons deal more damage. Devour soul. Devours the soul of a dead enemy and absorbs a part of their health, mana, and stamina. Delicious. Adept of the Dark Arts. Concentration. Yeah, I'm thinking using even less health when casting would be nice. I think that is fine. Make a save. Oh, hello. Die. Shouldn't fuck around if you don't want to find out. Still don't see a purpose for the bloody skulls yet. I'm sure there is one. Very good. Whoever is running this goddamn kingdom should probably invest in, you know, guards, patrols, something. Like, seriously. Or terminal. You guys should be paying me. Yeah, this is where the ore came. Wow. It broke instantly. There we go. Easy. I'm a bit of a Skyrim lockpicker myself. A pirate hideout. Yes. Should I? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. We'll get to the story eventually. It's only been an hour and a half. And probably at least in half an hour has been spent just reading. Yes, that's what I do. Oh hey, you guys doing traps here? Cool, cool. What? Ah yes, let's get the lube. Stealing pirate lube. Hello. Yeah, maybe I should invest in just devouring the souls of those I kill. Seems perfectly reasonable, doesn't it? Oh yeah, maybe some mana fungi. Plane. There is no plane. Not the kind that I was thinking. That I'm familiar with. Pennies, pennies, pennies. Oh, I suppose it's payday for me then. I'm getting their treasure. I'm getting all the lube. The true treasure. Oh, sweet. Egg. A workbench. What can I do? Alright, I could have improved these. Right. I will just need leather though. I should have made that later. Keep on coming. Human hat. Let's see. Well, you managed to sink your own ship. That's a tad incompetent of you. Kinda hard to be a pirate if you can't actually sail. So I suppose that you are pretty bad at the whole pirating business. So just highwaymen. That's all. Cabin and
Prophet's ass. Someone's out there.
Prophet's ass. Ah, this guy's strong. Ow. Ow. He has some drainy things. Give me a sec. I maybe want to have a psionic push. Fuck. Hey! Face off! I'm gonna Skyrim myself some health. And oh, I solved one part of the rat catcher thing already. Set of the swashbuckler. Bonus to bows do more damage, light armor is fortified. Cool. Absorbs health. Yeah, that makes sense. A weak shaman amulet. Also, I need to get the weed pipe. Increases the duration of the time transfer of wolf blood potions by 15 seconds. Affects only on a potions brewed while this effect was active. So what, you're a lycanthrope? Disgusting. Grave curse. Now what's that? What is this? box. A grave curse. For 7 seconds, the health regeneration of the target is 15% slower. If the target dies while the curse is active, it explodes and deals 50% of its health as entropic damage to enemies nearby. Yes! I'm all about that. A living bomb. Fine clothes, very valuable. Money. Empty wine bottles. You should refill them every once in a while, so that I could actually get some wine. Esteemed Koldrak, I request that we immediately send men to move the looted goods from the shelter. This old or adit may be an ideal hiding place for the ship, which we use for the assault on the merchant ships heading to Ark. Wow, why did you have to spell it out like that? However, the hideout is rather noticeable due to the placed lorry tracks. If the steel crabs get wind of it, we can't secure the goods anymore. I see. Damn it. There we go. A garnet, a lockpick, poison of woe. Yep. Very good. Should have a bucket. Should always have a bucket for when you need to Skyrim. Longbow. Get another look-see at the place. But yeah, his corpse explosion seems great. I should probably favor them all. A grave curse. Nice. Very nice indeed. I'm wondering if the explosion hurts me too. Maybe. I really wouldn't be surprised. Would not be very surprising. It will go with the theme. Because entropy does not discriminate. It is in its nature to do some things. Oh, I think we're done with the pirates. Oh yeah. There's the Bomb. I see. Well, it's good that I noticed it. I could have been rather fubbernucked. Should I have missed it? Yeah, I'm thinking that the castle probably has no, like, reputable people around. Like, I don't think it's taken over by pirates necessarily, but I'm more thinking that it's just cursed as fuck. Dun, dun, dun. Ah. And Yarrow's house. Oh, yeah. Find the strongbow with Yarrow threw into the sea near his house. Yeah, he was the guy who suddenly turned into a murderer. Probably because of the fire. Like with the other guy. Seemingly thoroughly mad. Coins, disciplines of magic, entropy. Oh, I'm into this. Ah, it's not even a long read, so let's do it. Entropy. Along with psionics, entropy makes up the school of Sinistra, and is among the most infamous of the magical disciples. Entropic powers revolve around the manipulation of life and death, the conjuration of supernatural creatures, and the use of necromancy. Mechanics. An entropic mage brings about eventualities which alter a being's life force. Thus, they do not hesitate to revive the deceased by imbuing them with artificial life, deliberately turning them into lost ones, undead marionettes bound to the arcanist's will. In addition, entropists know how to conjure magical anomalies, ranging from ethereal creatures such as wolves, bears, and trolls, to elementals and even otherworldly weapons. However, the most abominable and dangerous form of entropy is necromancy. With this discipline, the conjurer is able to focus the energy of death and use it against their foes. To grasp the underlying process of this kind of magic, the student must understand the following. Death is an omnipresent power, inherent in every living being. It is present from the day of one's birth, all through. Although, during the first 2 decades of life, an individual's life force is sufficiently strong to withstand death's presence. After this point, it drains one's vitality little by little until it is spent. An entropist is capable of bringing death that exists in other realities into ours, in a controlled manner. This manifests in a fearsome thunderstorm, lightning and fire, the sounds of which resemble the cries of the fallen. Indeed, necromancy exceeds all other schools in terms of sheer destructiveness, but at the same time the practice draws upon the arcanist's life force as well. It is not uncommon for entropists to die from excessive use of their magic themselves. Reputation. Not good. The use of entropy is forbidden to path-abiding arcanists. and is punishable as a capital offense. Oops. I picked the best one, clearly. The Bone Readers of the Scarag. And according to rumors, some mercenaries from Melee. Melee? My god. Are known to practice it. While the motivation of the latter remains obscure, the Scarag consider entropy to be holy. A primitive stance befitting a barbaric, pathless people. Of course. Nevertheless, for reasons unknown, the Bone Readers seem to be more capable of bearing the physical consequences of the school's use. Key elements of Scaragian entropy include bones and body parts of the deceased, as well as various narcotics, of which the Bone Readers believe they allow them to establish contact with the dead. It is assumed that they believe that the bones function as some sort of focusing point. Of course, if these barbarians had any proper knowledge about magic, such ostentation would be completely unnecessary. Yes. My god. Oh. I get jump scared by a rat. Jesus Christ. Ah. Spook. Now I really want to see a small backpack blueprint and a leather cuirass. Anyway, rat. He did not explode. Incognizable remains. Also, I contracted a disease. Son of a bitch. Dexterity impaired. Lockpicking and pickpocketing are harder because of ataxia. Well, fuck. Damn it. What? Fine. I fucked around and found out. Silly me. Right. Oh, cellar. With things in, Skinner and Wild Magic. Skinner. Not that Skinner, I'm sure. I'll take it. I'm not gonna read it right now. Probably gonna try to kind of pace texts so that the entire stream isn't reading and, well, I get to save my voice. How exactly do you make something like this, like 25% harder? Okay. Yeah, this guy was into entropy. That seems to be the case. Ring of stamina. Okay, that seems like something I could use. Increase amount of mana, increase stamina. Of the swashbuckler. Sneak better. What is the set bonus? Curious. Additional extra 5 light armor. More stamina. Neat. Spoiled cheese. King Mead. A felled soul gem. Staff of healing. A broom. And well, blood. But no key. I'm guessing that it's in a lockbox that he threw away. Heals ally targets. So not myself. Shame. That would be nice. And there's a camp right there. Go check that out before going for a little swim after the lockbox. I'm expecting bandits. Do I get bandits? There's a big ass spider.
You fucking scum! You'll pay for that!
This guy was real weak. I suppose it's from fighting spiders and shit. I really do appreciate the explodey bits. Crusty bread. Hell yeah. Magic imbued rope. Yeah, that seems good. Iron clamor of flames. Thanks for stowing away all the loot for me. Oh, sweet. Now I don't have to mess about looking for all the loot. And yet I will. Might as well. Silver being a bit more uncommon than iron. Burn of finishing launch. Jesus. Is anyone even alive on this fucking island? Like, outside of bandits? I've told Ladia that the bandits could become dangerous, but she will not leave this place. These bastards watch our house every night. And they burned you alive. That's rough. Like the summon didn't burn. Ooze. That right there is a house. Oh, let's go. Take a look-see. Key, yes. First, second, and third letter of Euro's diary. Now I'll have to go and see what's in the cellar. Secrets. Ooh. Right. First letter.
Yesterday, when Syrah and I sat under the old oak, she said something I can't get out of my head.
Ooh.
The greatest peril in life is forgetting one's own ideas. These letters, the testimonies of my path, shall ensure that I don't. Letter 1, 8171 after Starfall. Yesterday, a keeper
I hope you can hear this.
to offer me a novitiate. Apparently, old Mother Ilana set forth the matter after she realized I was magically gifted. Grateful as I am, the matter raises a strange train of thought. Maybe, in some grotesque way, it was good that my mother died that day. Why, you ask? Because it opened my eyes. Before, it was my only wish to make Father proud. Father, a fisherman. Now, I cannot help but feel anger when observing the village folk around me. Day in, day out, they follow the same routine. Wake up, work, carouse, and sleep. Is this all they want from life? Don't they too take note of the ills in this world and have the desire to change something? Only Syrah is different. She understands what drives me, and she shares my dream of a better world. I told the keeper that I will come, but only if she is granted an apprenticeship in art. Thank Malthus he agreed.
I really didn't expect voice acting there. Very neat. Now I need to, more voice. less effects. Yeah, that should be fine, I think.
Letter 2, 8186 after Starfall. 15 years have passed since my last letter. Syrah and I now live together in a small house in Ark. It's been 5 years since I undertook the Holy Trial, but despite what I thought, I did not join the military wing of the Order. Instead, I became a Magister. Why? Because the children I teach will shape the future of this world. Because there is enough bloodshed already. 2 weeks ago, the Trachessa approved Syrah's concept of the food bank. It obliges every wealthy citizen of Ark to pay a handful of pennies to the Order, with which the Order will provide a warm meal for the Undercity dwellers once a week. Their reactions embittered me. The decree does not ask for much, yet they protested as though we threatened to take their homes. I will
Taxes.
never understand people like them. As sad as this may sound, I am happy. My life provides me with a feeling of purpose, and I still have Syrah at my side after all these years. It is strange, even though I know you will never read these lines, it almost feels as if through them I can speak to you. Syrah, I love you. Syrah is dead. Killed by 2 Undercity dwellers as she helped prepare the food bank. How swiftly these words are written. Yet how can I even remotely begin to express this pain, this void? Syrah always said it helps to write, yet it doesn't. I sit here watching the ink dry and the letters form the words of a stranger in my own body. I'm a stranger when I wake up in the morning. I am a stranger when the sun sets at dusk. I am a stranger when I lie in bed at night. The path condemns suicide as a crime because we all have a purpose in this world. But what is mine? I look ahead and I see 30 winters of solitude. I look back and I see nothing but a trail of broken dreams. Our food bank caused brawls and murder in the Undercity. The rich forced the Trachessa to revoke the decree. So tell me, Malthus, is this my purpose? To fail? My thoughts are chaos and I'm too tired to continue writing.
In Magister Euro Strongbox, I found a key. Yeah, let's go and do that. Have to go there soonish. Want to see what's that way. First, let's focus to the task at hand. Go see what this Yarrow fellow has hidden in the basement. Corpses, I'm sure. Fine clothes. First off. Valuable. Blazing spark. Penny. I did not expect anyone to be alive. Is it Yarrow? Ow. Chaos Nova. I like the sound of that.
Never walk back on the road.
Chaos Nova unleashes Chaos Nova at the targeted enemy, which does 11 points of entropic damage. Its damage rises to 13% by 13% per 10% of your currently lost health. Huh. Okay. Risk and reward. I like it.
From the ancient man's abode. Blazes. Sorry. I know. I can't sing.
Who are you talking to? Moreover, who the hell are you? Let's see if we can talk to whoever the hell that is. They're probably not gonna be very friendly considering the considering everything that I've seen here. Hello. Oh, Jespar. How the fuck did he get here before? What?
Well, if it isn't my new friend. Any luck?
Yeah?
Interesting. I didn't know about his companion's fate, to be honest.
How the fuck are you here?
Irony of fate, isn't it? Murdered by those you wanted to help. But the Order will definitely be interested in these letters. Well done. Keep your chin up.
Loading with 1 memory point. Nice.
Huh? Keep your chin up.
How the fuck did he get here? None is a fuck. Thistle and a small pearl. I'm supposed to use it. He came from somewhere. Definitely not the way I came in. Starling Lock. Hum. Okay. Horseshoe. But this opens what and where? Or where is the other one that I need? Another pressure plate somewhere. I will figure it out. Now, you're not even going to deign to give me an excuse as to why the hell you are already here. Ow.
Now a good pipe.
Well, good to see that you have your head in the game. Buddy old pal. You couldn't just, you know, disarm the traps while you were coming in? You really shouldn't be able to be here. Oh. Attributes? Okay. Okay, this is kind of curious. Huh. I thought that this was going to be like a potion making thing, but no. It's a talisman thing. How the fuck how the fuck is he here? Really bothers me. Remove the marker. Find the use for the key in Euro's strongbox. Other than getting down there, is there any? Key. Give me a torch. you really don't think it's pertinent to, you know, explain how the fuck you are here. Could be a plot hole, but it seems fucky. What the hell? Starling locks. It's clearly supposed to be a way somewhere around. And what the hell even are Starling locks? Am I supposed to find some other way in? Actually, let me... God damn it. I'm wondering if this is bugged or not. So weird. Am I missing something? I'm pretty sure I am, but what? Exactly. Curious. Be something outside. There's the well. This could be a thing that I might have to Google. Because I'm not sure if it's bugged or if I am missing something. Oh man, that is a huge fucking crab. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, somebody has a sense of humor. It wouldn't go to that one, would it? Jerusalem. Ah, screw it, let's go and check. Let us go and see. If it's related or not. Glimetus Cave. So it's probably not. Isn't Glimetus like a drug or something? I seem to recall. Let's go see it. Ow.
What, her? Bullshit. That woman would rather fuck with a vatir than a sissy like you.
Sissy, fucking watch what you're saying.
Oh, is my little coal man pal threatening me? What are you gonna do, huh? Throw herbs at me till I say sorry?
Oh,
Oh, you people.
Shut the fuck up, will you? Crocker wants the next batch delivered by the next moon's turn. And we don't even have a fucking barrel yet. So quit the chatter and start working.
Okay. There's a bad place to get stuck in a loop. So just do this. Do big. Ow. And somehow I managed to do the same fucking thing. Ugh. Arcane drugs. Oh hey, alchemy table. Sweet. Glimmer web dust. Using dangers. In my regions of a glow powder, I was able to detect the following effects, especially useful for the Devil's Workshop. Weakens magical energy, useful as a poison against arcanists. Resist magic, useful for protective potions. Weakness for poison, increases the effectiveness of other poisons. Paralysis and slowness. Spells. Paralysis and slowness against spells, I suppose. This was a poison against steel crabs. Okay. Good old alchemy. The potion you want to brew contains lycanthropic agents which your body cannot handle. You can distill this potion to remove those agents. Yes, sure. Apparently chicken eggs are instead of food, it's an alchemical reagent. So is flour. Human flesh. And a human heart. Poison. Wow. Failed. Failed. ambrosia. Nice. Probably don't want to actually use Whisper Wind for anything just yet. It's sufficiently rare that I might not want to waste it. Good bunch of potions. They'll probably end up being valuable. Yeah. Not exactly a huge surprise. It's Skyrim after all. And alchemy is like the one of the easiest ways to well, exploit the system for money. It's rather easy to get very valuable potions and poisons. I don't mind. If you don't want the game to be easy, don't play as an alchemist. Simple as. No. Hello. Might as well explore this a little bit. Before I go and do a little bit of a search on the cave. Because I want to know if I should rest assured that there is nothing else, or if I should try to do something to fix it. I'll have to go there. There's definitely something there. Not just the crab. Well, didn't have to go far. Did not have to go far. Dead adventurer. You should be embarrassed. You died to crabs. Not much of an adventurer now, are you? I can say that I fought crabs fiercer than this guy. second. I'm not the only one who was creeped out by Jesper being there. But apparently, he was supposed to meet you there after you had done the other stuff. I'm trying to read up on this while not spoiling myself too. Okay, so the Starling locks. And the key you're not supposed to use here yet. Bit of a spoiler, but it is what it is. So yes, I should not despair for not actually, even if I don't get it. I did read that to open the thing in the cellar is fraught with bullshit. I'll try it before calling it.
Huh?
Huh? I don't know if There's supposed to be a sound or something coming from these. Starling lock. Still looking at things. Da-da-da. How the fuck does this work? Hello. Yeah, people are kind of stuck with the Starling locks. People are telling to do set stage console codes for it. The developer is saying please don't suggest console commands. Oh wait, am I not supposed to try to even open this? Oh. Oh, right. Okay. This is main story stuff. I'm not even supposed to try this before I've done all the stuff related to actually figuring Euro out. This get is just you're a bit early. I think I'll... yeah. We've been at this for a while. I think we'll continue from here. Try to actually get more of the story done instead of just fucking around. Actually focus for a little bit. But yeah. There was really nothing particularly wrong. I am aware that I'm on my face cam thing right now on the Engagged screen. But yeah, it turns out I'm trying to do things too early. Funny that. So I think that is... anyway, that is it for tonight. I kind of need to go. Got some progress done, at least. And whether the next time will be tomorrow or Monday, not sure. Or Tuesday. Probably tomorrow. We'll continue with Enderal from there. yeah, nothing else really. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time.